they'll still be the team to beat, having run that early season time that's well ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, but that's not those like you. That Marshfield's not an 8-16 team. Mansfield's faster than 8-10. And Lowell and Brookline's going to probably run even faster.
No, everybody's going to run faster. You should be looking at a few sub-8 teams, see how far Lincoln Sudbury can obviously go down. But to place top 3 today on Saturday, you're going to at least need to be around 8 or sub-8 to be a top 3 team, or be a top 6 team if you're looking to move on to New England's. Pembroke out of the unseeded heat, if they do stay in the unseeded, we could see a scratch or something. They should be able to put together better than an 8-18 in Wakefield as well. Should be able to run faster. Lexington maybe. So we'll see how, we've seen in the past. I think it was outdoors last year with Lincoln Sudbury ran 7:53 in the unseeded heat and really put the pressure on the rest of the field. So maybe we see a quick heat from the unseeded heat and the field knows that they have to make it fast. It's always a difficult thing when you have to race and worry about time at the same time. But to me, Lincoln Sudbury, team to beat right now in that 4x8.
Let's see, 4x4.
Yeah, I mean, you always hope the meat comes down to the 4x4. That'd be pretty cool. We know as of now, we're missing one team, that Woburn team that was DQ'd. Newton North's the number 1 seed right now. I can't remember a year that Newton North hasn't had a team, in the top 6 for the 4x4 coming in for the All-State meet. Needham, they had Devontae Burnett on the second leg. Maybe they make that switch and put him on the anchor leg, so we have a Berber Burnett anchor again. Perkins will be on that anchor if Belmont can keep them a little closer. Mansfield's at number 3 seed. If the meet comes down to it, Mansfield's in it. We could have Lowell will be in that seed heat too. So it's going to be real interesting if the team title does come down to it. And we'll talk more about teams, but Newton North, Needham, Mansfield, Lowell, all going to be in the seed heat and all have a chance to be in that team hunt.
It's all strategy. Like you said, an anchor leg looking at Berba, Burnett, Perkins. It's serious. And obviously Mansfield in the hunt. Scotty's boys, Lowell Pride, it's going to be serious races coming up. But
I'm going to take Needham. I think Burnett's going to be on that anchor leg, and I think Needham's going to take that win.
I'm going to tilt my hat to Needham as well. I like Devontae Burnett caps an amazing day.
All right, field events, boys high jump. The jumps aren't crazy this year. You only have one guy, John McNeil, the sophomore from Medfield, 6'6" and a hay. That's your guy, but it's chock full of a guy. Smith Charles is sitting back with a 6'4". He finished 4th here last year. He's jumped 6'6" before. Phyllis Magre of Somerville sitting back with only a 6'2". He finished 6th last year. He at least has a 6'4". Has he jumped 6'6"?
Maybe.
Or, at least a 6'4". Mario Bresco from North Attleboro's also on that tie with everybody else in the event with 6'2". He finished 5th last year. So there's some guys that have done it in the past. Maybe they'll be doing less events. Noah Garfield from Medfield, he's sitting back with 6 feet. He's jumped at least 6'4". So there's a lot of guys. High jump is that strange event where it's someone has a good day and they can come out of nowhere and win it.
Yeah, like the Medfield boys, John McNeil's jumping well, but like you said, what's the boy's name? Noah Garfield. Garfield is not a 6 feet high jumper, so he'll definitely poke his head, and he's 6'4", 6'3". What does Smith Charles do in the high jump?
I know he wants that. He got the meet record last week. I know he's going to be looking at that long jump meet record. So it's tough doing 2 field events at the same time, worrying about the dash as well right before them. So, I don't think Smith Charles gets the high jump done. I think it's going to be someone else in this mix. Moving on to the long jump, Smith Charles is your big leader with a 23.4 and a half. He finished first last year in the long jump as well. So I think he wins this. And Andrew Bowles from Hingham, his record from 2014 of 23.8. I think that's in jeopardy. I think that goes down. I think we're going to see maybe a 23.10, something like that. So,
Charles rips one off.
but you can't discount Adam Yang from Acton Boxborough, who's just under 23 feet, and Jalen Kunda from Brockton, 22.10. Just the sophomore, Richmond Quitang from Lowell, he's got almost 22 feet, so he's looking for some huge team points. So it'll be interesting to see how those field events shake out. You never know until all of a sudden they pop up. So we'll see with the field events with the boys long jump. We'll jump into our last boys event, and that's the boys shot put.
It's gonna be tight.
I don't think it's gonna be tight.
Besides Aiden Felty, Aiden.
Well, we're trying to predict the winners here. So when we're saying it's gonna be tight or not, to me it's not gonna be. Aiden Felty, 56.4. He's had the best throws all season long. Tom Arcardi from BC High and Dylan Morat of Catholic Memorial, those guys are no joke. But
Sean Trott gonna be throwing for helping Scotty get some points. Lower boys get some points.
Yep, Newton North's got a guy in there too.
Yep. Eric DeMaio from Peabody, the Athol boy. Yeah.
But there's 3 or 4 guys that are away from that field right there. So, and my pick is the guy that finished 10th last year in Felty. DeMaio finished 5th last year, so maybe he moves up a couple slots. Team Hunt. All States is tough because, and Mike Miller mentioned a little bit in one of his articles, the whole, whether it's a team sport. I mean, I'm on the end where I still think it's a team sport. Maybe this one meet can kind of take that back a little bit, but in Mass, it is a team sport to me. Can 1 or 2 kids win 3 events? Tougher to do than you think, but when you have a Smith Charles who has the potential of 30 points, 30 points has won an all-state meet before, so can a kid win it? One kid win it? Yes.
It's been done.
That does kind of make it not a team sport, but I think this is the one meet you can only make that argument in Mass when it's not a team sport, because the divisionals always takes more than that. It takes an army. So Milton will be in there because of him. Needham has Devontae Burnett. They may be in the mix. But to me, it's going to take a team to win this. And those teams that I think will be in the mix, which will have several guys to help the cause, are going to be Lexington, Lowell, Mansfield, Woburn, and you got to still think Newton North has a chance at it. I think Lowell has the most pieces, and I'm gonna stick with Lowell. Pick them to win Division I, but I'm gonna stick with them to win all states. They have 2 guys in the seeded heat of the mile. They have a guy in the seeded heat of the last flight of the long jump. They have a guy in the last flight of the shot put.
Relays.
They have all 3 relays in every seeded heat, and that's one of the biggest, most important things to have is the relays down the stretch where you can pile on points at the end. And Lexington's, they do that as well. They have a few individuals that's going to get them key points, and then they have the relays as well. Woburn and Mansfield, obviously Woburn's without that 4x4, but with Qualls and company and a few more guys, Newton North has the relay. But I'm going to pick Lowell out of that group. Needham and Milton will be in there because of some individuals.
Yep.
But to me, it's still going to be a team, that gets done.
Yeah, you know what? Usually I might disagree with you, but this is tough.
I don't know, man. We usually disagree, but you've been agreeing with me a lot tonight.
Well, because I can look at this and I know that a Woburn 4x4 is not running.
Yeah.
That's valuable points for my guys. So, with that being said, like I said, I'm going to tip my hat to the senior leadership of Lowell. I think they're going to get the job done. Scotty's going to have the boys wild up. Mansfield will have their run. Lexington will run well. They're going to get great points from Lingard in the 1,000.